Hello, I'm Huriye from English Exam Skills, and in this video I'm going to have an overview of the listening section of TOEFL IBT 2026 update. If you'd like to know more about the new version of the test, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, let's go. You need to know that you may have some unscored questions. The number of the scored questions in your exam is 35 as ETS has published. It may have some changes, but for now it is 35. You may encounter 10 to 15 more questions which are unscored, and I really don't know why ETS is doing this. But they are unscored. No one knows which one of the questions are like this, but you just have to do your best. You will have these unscored questions either in your listening section or in your reading section. The next thing that you need to know is that you can listen to each question only once. There is no pause, no repeat, and nothing. You can just listen to it once and that's it. Another thing that you need to know is that you will not be able to return to previous questions. When you press next or OK, then it is it. There is no return. You will go to the next question and that's it. Okay, now let's go to task types. You will have 4 task types in the listening section. Your listening section consists of 2 stages. The first stage is 20 questions, and the first task in it is listen and choose a response. It has 8 questions, and then you have 20 seconds to answer to each question. Okay, now I want to go to the overview that is published by ETS itself about this part, listen and choose a response. They want to evaluate your ability to understand a short spoken question or a statement and recognize an appropriate response. The topics are related to campus life. You can't see the questions or statement, and they are only heard. You need to understand common vocabulary. The grammatical structures are pretty simple and the intonation are common. So let's go and see one of these questions.
Module. Didn't I just see you in the library an hour ago?
Okay, and after that you will have 20 seconds to answer to it. And as you can see, they are pretty simple and short. Okay, now the second part, you will have listen to a conversation. You will have 2 conversations and 4 questions. I mean 2 questions for each of these conversations. And again, you will have 20 seconds to answer each of these questions. Okay, now let's go to ETS overview about this part. Listen to a conversation. They are short conversations between 2 speakers. The goal is that you must have the ability to comprehend a conversation in modern academic situations, but they are really general. Listener must be able to make inferences, recognize speakers' roles and purposes, and make predictions. These are what you are expected to understand, and the questions are based on these things. So you must realize and identify the main idea. You must be able to infer meaning from information, and you must understand expressions, purpose of the speaker, and you must be able to predict. Now let's take a look at one of these conversations. Okay, listen.
Need anything from the supermarket?
Huh? Aren't we getting ready to go see that play in a few minutes?
That's tomorrow.
Oh, wow. I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. Guess I don't need to change my clothes after all.
So, you weren't planning to prepare dinner?
No, but I can. What do you want?
Just something light and healthy. So, can you go shopping instead?
Yeah, sure. How about salmon and salad? Want anything else?
No, that's good. Thanks.
Okay, as you can see, it's about 30 seconds, pretty short. And it was pretty simple to understand. After that, you will have two questions like this, and then you will go to the next conversation. Okay, that was the conversation part. So let's go to the next part, which is listen to an announcement. Again, you will have two announcements, two questions for each announcement, and again, you will have 20 seconds to answer each of these questions. Let's take a look at ETS overview. Okay, here. It is academic context, and for example, in a classroom or at a school-related event, you need to listen to a short academic-related announcement, and the announcement may include information about the schedules, direction, rules, and regulations, or a student's achievements. You must understand the main idea, infer meaning, and predict future actions. You must also recognize the purpose of a speaker's message. So now let's go to check an announcement question. Okay, listen to the announcement.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to inform you that Dr. Cynthia Palmer, a renowned expert in environmental science, will be giving a guest lecture next Monday at 2 p.m. in Waldman Auditorium. Dr. Palmer will discuss the latest advancements in sustainable energy solutions and their impact on global climate change. Due to her popularity and the high interest in her work, I highly recommend arriving early to secure a seat.
Okay, again, as you can see, it's about 30 seconds, pretty short and simple. And then after that, you will have the questions. Okay. And you're going, as I said, to have two announcements in the first stage of the questions that they are giving you. Okay, up to here, most of the questions that you had were general. So your level must at least be B1. And I suggest my student to be B2 for answering these questions. The first stage is very important because based on the answers that you give to the first stage, you will go to upper or lower stage after that. So these questions are very important, and if your level is not B2, then you won't be able to answer to academic talks. Okay, for getting to B2 level, you need to read and study general books. Don't be obsessed with what kind of book to study. Any kind of general book will do, like Interchange, for example, or American English File, for example. Any kind of general book. They contain all of these conversation-like questions, and you will be ready to answer these listen and choose a response question. You will also have some announcement in those books. So the best books that you can pick to get to B2 for being ready for your test is a general book. Okay, after that, so 8 questions here, 4 questions here, and 4 questions here. Then you will have the academic talk. which is the hardest part of your listening section. They are pretty similar to what we already have on the test. They're very similar to the lectures, but they are very shorter, and I guess they are easier. So you listen to one academic talk. There are 4 questions, but you have 30 seconds to answer to each one of these questions. And let's go to the ETS overview. So here you will have 4 questions, as I said, and 100 to 250 words, academic related talk. They are about history, art, music, life science, physical science, business, and economics. And you must understand the main and supporting ideas. You must be able to make inferences, and the vocabulary and idioms will be asked from you. So these are the question types that you will encounter. So I don't want to go to the academic part because it is a little longer. You can just listen to it yourself, but I want to go to the questions. So after
Did you see that new thriller movie that came out last
you
week?
will have some questions like this. What is the topic about? And the question about purpose and so on. So you will have 4 questions like this. All of the questions are multi-choice. And let's go back to my PDF. Okay, so this was all about the questions. And after that, I want to talk about the second stage. Okay, so we went through the first stage, which consists of 20 questions. After that, based on the answers that you give to this part, ETS will decide, or the test will decide, do you go to easier level or harder level? If you go to the easier level, then you will have, again, listen and choose a response, listen to a conversation, and listen to an announcement. As you can see, there is no academic talk here. You will have 15 questions in this part, no matter if you are in the easier stage or in the harder stage. The questions will be 15. But if you go to the harder stage, then you will have listen and choose a response, listen to a conversation, but instead of an announcement, you will have an academic talk. So it's very important to do well in the first stage. It's really important because then you will have the harder questions, which definitely increase your score. The academic talk is very similar to the questions that we have now. So if you go and listen to the lectures of the questions that we already have, this will be a really great practice for you. The questions are pretty the same, the lectures are pretty the same, they're just shorter. And for the general part, you can work on general books. But for the academic part, you can work on the lectures of the questions that we already have. Another important point is that the skill of note-taking is very important. It is very important in academic talk. You can also take notes in the other parts, in listen to the conversation and in an announcement. So don't forget to work on this ability, because it will have a dramatic effect on your score. Okay, and I guess it was pretty much about it. And again, if you like this content, Don't forget to like and subscribe, and that's it. Goodbye for now.